Hi there. So let's get started. Take off my socks. So today is going to be a fabulous little sequence. And keep in mind that we're holding for time now. All right. So today's sequence, you're going to be holding for minutes, right? And when that is the case, let me put this over here so y'all can't see it as an eyesore. So when that's the case, you have to really be aware and know that, hey, do I want to stay in this position or do I need to come out now, right? It's a really great way to get to know your body and connect that mind and body. But today is going to be a little bit different, as in we're going to be doing some poses that aren't as complex, and we're going to be staying for even longer periods of time than what we do a lot of times in our classes in this membership. So please just try to get in the flow, all right? Just get in the flow of things, and you'll notice that I'm not going to be speaking a whole lot. I'm still here with you, all right? But I just want you to really, really try to find that peacefulness, that soothing state, all right? So you'll notice I have a blanket and I've got a bolster. I may need them, I may not, but I'm gonna kind of give you some tips along the way. So we'll get you settled into a pose. I'll see if you wanna use a pillow or a blanket or whatever, and then we will settle in. I've got my phone here because I am keeping this for time, all right? I've got my little timer here. And you'll hear me also say 3 more breaths and then come out, 5 more breaths and then come out. And that's just to really count down and let your mind and body know that you're about to transition. And when we transition, we'll transition very slowly. All right, let's do it. Today we get to start in crocodile. That is on our bellies. And take your forehead to your forearms. Oh yes. And just rest right here. Now, if this is a little bit too much, then you can place something underneath your hips right here, if that helps. All right, and we're going to be coming up a little higher, and then we'll rest. So again, find that flow. I'm going to help start to bring you into a breathing exercise. Now, as you're laying here, you get a little extension in the lower back. I'm going to lift up so that you can hear me, but I want you to continue to just lay there, relax, and visualize this kind of breathing that I'm taking you through, all right? So do start to notice your breath. Notice the in-breath, notice the out-breath. We're not judging, we're just observing. Notice how the back rises on the inhale and gently lowers on the exhale. And keep that gentle breath. And we're going to do a full body scan, looking particularly for parts of the body that are tense or tight. And maybe they're holding on to something. And we want to just let that go and allow our bodies to become heavy. So again, you're still in crocodile right here. And we're going to start with the toes. Notice the toes, let them relax. Take your attention to the ankles and feet and toes. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just let the feet relax. And take your attention to the knees and the calves and the thighs. The whole leg becomes heavy. Breathe in, and as you exhale, even more heaviness falls on the legs. tension to the hips, release, lower back, release. Now the entire spine, from the neck all the way down to the hips. Imagine your breath massaging that area, the muscles that support the spine. And you're able to relax. Now the shoulders, oh yes, that tension just melts away in the shoulders. And the neck. You'd like to move the neck from side to side, maybe just kind of roll the forehead around on the hands as you move from right to left. If the eyes are closed, find a soft gaze behind the eyes. The mouth is soft. So now the entire body is soft and sponge-like, but still heavy. Start to come up into Sphinx. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Fingers are pointing straight out. See how this feels for the lower back. So we're going to really get into this and relax the belly. All right, relax the hips and the glute muscles, the muscles in the bum bum. Legs are still heavy. Your head can drop. It can be supported by a block, or you can lift it up. We'll be here for a couple minutes. So settle in, breathe, and release. Enjoy these long moments by and with yourself. I'm simply here for guidance and support. And this is your practice of letting go, just flowing with each moment. If the mind begins to wander down the rabbit hole, bring it back in and settle onto the breath, the focus on the breath. But if the mind is wandering, exploring a thought, let it explore. If you'd like to go a little higher for the last minute, take the arms out to the side, press onto the ground gently and lift up. Moves the chest farther away from the floor, more extension in the spine. If this is not for you and you can't relax your glutes and your belly, come back down to where you were. Three more breaths. It doesn't have to be 3 exactly. And begin to work your way down back to crocodile. Let's slowly lower back down. Oh yes, forehead to forearms again, so the elbows are in front of the shoulders. And after a couple breaths in the lower back and the spine is begin to neutralize again, just switch the hips from side to side. All right, draw one leg out to the side and up. Let's rest here for a moment. This pose really soothes. All right, let's let the legs meet. We're going to use a little bit of upper body and core strength to lift yourself up off the mat. Take the feet together, knees out. We're heading into child's pose. Now this is going to be a very long hold for child's pose. 5 minutes, all right? So if you need to come out, you can always come out and go back into laying down on your belly or your back. But we are really opening up the knees here, sinking the hips to the heels, enjoying this nourishing pose for your body. Walk the arms out. Settle in, and remember, I'm here with you. I'm just not talking because I want you to get into that flow state, that state of just allowing your body to marinate here. If you'd like a little bit more on the shoulders, you can place the hands on blocks, or you can even take the elbows down and the hands behind the head. Forehead is on the mat. Sometimes that's uncomfortable for people and they like to switch ears or cheeks on the mat. That's fine too. I want you to be comfortable here. Hips become heavy, breath is gentle. Keep that heaviness in the body, lightness in the spirit. 5 more deep breaths. If you're watching the replay, feel free to press pause if you'd like to stay here longer. If you need to come out now, go for it. Anytime you need to come out, you come out. When you're ready, we're moving into a different version of frog pose. Let's stop the timer. There we go. Okay. So what this means is that we're going to transfer the hips forward. All right, you can keep the feet right where they are. Transfer the hips forward. Hips draw down. Now look, if your hips draw down and the legs lift up, then just keep the hips back a little bit more. All right, so you're not back in child's pose. You're actually kind of opening up more the front of the hip, pressing forward. You can absolutely place your bolster underneath your chest. In fact, I'm going to do that. My toes are actually still pointing towards each other. Ah, yes. Now, if you feel like you don't have a lot of traction on your blanket and your legs are about to pop out of their sockets, then turn the other way on the mat, all right, to where your legs are on the mat and your head is facing kind of me. Here we go. So this is not a full 5 minutes like we just did. This is just a couple minutes. Let go, just be, come out whenever you need to come out, going back into lying on the belly. Really let those inner thighs go. Are they tight? Are they trying to hold you up? It's okay, they are. So just take your attention there. Tell them just soothe, just relax. Got 3 more breaths. When you're ready, we're going to lift up, remove the pillow, keep that one, and then come forward. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Straighten out the legs and then walk them towards each other. Hello, can you feel that? Oh, nice and slow. Oh, yes, I sure can. Okay. So as much as we'd like to go back into crocodile, we're going to move into tabletop. And what I want to do here in tabletop is just give you some time to stretch out the legs, all right? So extend the right leg, maybe move the ankle around. Oh yes, bring it in and out again. And we'll switch. Other leg, take it out, move the ankle around. Yes, 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 stay strong in those shoulders. Bring it in, out again. Excellent. All right. Now with knees bent, tuck your toes, you're moving into downward facing. If you want to stay right here, feel free to stay here and move through a couple cat-cows. But downward facing dog is going to go as an inversion. Oh, yes, Yes, lift the hips up high into the air. Belly button is reaching for the upper thighs. Bend and straighten the knees. Feet are just hip width apart. Strong arms. A little bit of movement, a little bit of strength in between our soothing poses. All right, settle both heels towards the ground. Drop the head, shake it out. Let your neck decompress here. Excellent. Let's move forward again. Knees to the ground. And then we're going to come to a seat. Ah, yes. A seated pose. Let's take our legs out long, right into caterpillar. Okay? Caterpillar is our forward fold. So the feet are relaxed. Now this is where you may want your strap just to help hold you into this pose. So some of us can hold on to the feet, right? I've been doing this for years, so I can do that, right? I've been practicing. But for those of us that can't, which are most of us, use the strap. Now the legs can be open just a little bit if you would like, but I highly encourage you to try not to let the toes fall out to the side. And a lot of times what I'll have to do is I can even strap in my legs, like tie it here so that they don't go out to the side, right? All right, hinging forward, we're going to go flat back to hinge forward. Now if you're seated and you find your hips are drawing under a lot, that's okay. You're going to sit on something. So take a time to go get a pillow, put it underneath your bum, sit on it so you can hinge forward a little bit easier. And folding into this, I'm setting our handy dandy timer for 4 minutes. Are you ready? It's time to let go, relax. Let the back breathe. Let the back of the rib cage breathe. Take your breath to the lower spine and feel that space opening up. Now there's really, if you are tight in the back, you may feel this in the back before you feel it underneath the legs. All right, so no right or wrong. Just make sure you're not feeling any of those sharp pains, right? None of that lightening. It's not a no pain, no gain kind of thing. It's a relax and soothe kind of thing. If you ever need to take that break, we're halfway through. Feel free to slowly come up, take the break, and then head back down, all right? 5 more deep breaths. Slowly coming up. Oh yes, let's lean back. And a little extension in the spine, lift the chest up. You can draw the chin up too. Feel free to move the ankles around, start to bend and straighten the knees. And just look side to side. And if you're on your pillow, you want to stay there. We're moving into straddle. So straddle as legs come to a V now. Alright. Your legs may go out wide, they may not. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're feeling this inner thigh open up. Alright? And then when you're hinging forward, you may feel the back of the hips opening up. Feel free to take a pillow and just stack them if you'd like. Otherwise, we're hinging forward and we're rounding out this time. See my feet are flexed? Relax them. Relax them. I can tell myself, relax, Erica, it's okay. We'll be here for another 4 minutes. So you're doing it right. If you're feeling that opening up of the inner thighs, maybe it's the back and the neck, how low you go, it doesn't matter. You can stay right here. And that might be enough for you, and that's okay. Soothing out the fascia. It's a soft tissue that a lot of times is more responsible for making us feel tightness than the muscles. But we've got to relax the muscles in order to get to the soft tissue. So just scan your body real quick. Make sure everything is relaxed as possible, especially the thighs, the tops of the legs. Couple more breaths. Let's bring the hands in. Inhale to rise. Yes, begin to shut the legs together. Oh, very slowly. Nice. Let's bend the knees, hands behind you, and then we're gonna windshield wipers side to side. Oh, that's our timer. Oh, we did good. All right. Guess what? We get to move down to our back. Yay! So, remove the blanket if it was there earlier for you. You can keep your straps close by. I don't think you're going to need them now. And then, I'm going to actually keep the blanket by my feet. Keep my feet warm. And lower back. Excellent, excellent. So from here, just bring the right knee into your chest. See how that feels. Oh. Does that feel in the lower back? And then switch left knee in. All right, let's bring both knees in. Oh, yes. Sway side to side. All right. Place your feet on the ground, a very gentle rotation. Keep pillows close by in case you need to take them underneath the knees after we rotate. And we're going to do only 3 minutes on each side for here. Arms to a T. Now with feet on the ground still, knees together, just rotate over to the right side. If this left shoulder comes up off the ground, place something underneath it. Ooh, maybe you need to place something underneath the right or the knees here. I'm gonna go grab my pillow real quick. I've actually been using this more and more in my rotations, and it helps me relax into it more. And that's a lot of times why we use different props for yin, is it does help us relax into the pose more. So the rotation, you're settled in, yes. We'll start it. Feel free to close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths, very important all the time when you're practicing, but especially in rotations, really helps soothe. Now whatever feels easiest for the arms, palms up or down, they can even be overhead, wherever you need to be today. Feel yourself settling in. Relax your eyes, all right? The eyes are closed. Just really try to relax the temples and the space in between the eyes, and then the eyelids. Maybe open the mouth just a little bit to help the jaw relax. 5 more breaths. And after the 5th breath, all you're going to do is come out of your rotation onto your spine, move the props if you have them, and go straight to the other side, to the left side. So both knees are pointing to the left. Chest is towards the ceiling. Again, if the arm doesn't, or the shoulder doesn't touch the ground, that's okay, just put something underneath it, or even place your right hand on the hip. Ooh, I can tell this side is tighter. Here we go, settle in, my friends. I'm starting your timer now. Five more deep breaths. All right, slowly come back to your spine, both feet on the ground. Windshield wiper the legs side to side. The hips come off the ground, that's okay. It's always good to add a little bit of movement in between moments of stillness, especially in our yin practice. So we're going to move on to Shavasana. We're actually going to use Shavasana as a pose today. I mean, it is a pose, but a pose before we do our closing pose, all right? So bring the knees into your chest just to see how that feels. Get into a little ball. Bring the shoulders up off the mat, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then lower the shoulders to head. Arms are out to the side, legs are long. If you'd like to TP the legs in, you can. You might feel a little bit more comfortable on your lower back. Otherwise, legs are about 2 feet apart, arms are about a foot from your body, palms up. We're gonna take a few moments to do absolutely nothing, to find a little flow and space of soothe right before sleep, right? But at the same time, you're still conscious of what's going on around you, but there's no really thoughts about that consciousness. Now again, this, just like any pose, is a practice in itself. I am going to set a timer for this one, so you will hear the timer go off after 4 minutes. So let the body become heavy, relax the eyes, and enjoy this time of nothing. With complete surrender. You're cold, place a blanket over the body. Breath in, blow through the mouth, wiggle fingertips and toe tips, ankles and wrists. What a beautiful Shavasana. Knees into chest. Now if you're doing this right before bedtime, and this is where you want to stop. End your practice here. Roll over slowly. Work your way up slowly. Turn off play and then relax into bed. Otherwise, take the knees out to the side, ankles over knees. Happy baby, rolling side to side. Now you can still do the rest of this practice and then go to sleep afterwards. Sometimes right after Shavasana, just transferring to bed sounds great. All right, knees together, roll over to one side, and slowly come up to seated. Yeah, I have to turn my timer on for that because I would have gone to La La Land for 30 minutes. How are you feeling there? Pretty good? All right. Here we go, guys. So from that comfortable seat, what we're gonna do is just a neck stretch. Right ear to right shoulder. Left to left. Bring the head up. Lift the chin and then lower the chin. So head up and down. And head forward, hands to heart center. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and practicing today. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. My wish for you is that you find peace and stillness in the heart. Whenever you need that tool to use to calm the body, calm the mind, and control the emotions. All right, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.